Hello, my beautiful souls. It is I, Nova the Witch, and I am bringing you a love sachet today. So to keep this simple, short, and captivating your attention, I'm going to make this, of course, as usual, as affordable, accessible as humanly possible for you. Now, to do an accurate sachet, there will be items that might be a little harder to attain, and that is okay. We can always fill it in. You can always leave me a comment down below before we get going. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on all those wonderful things, Instagram, Facebook, yada, yada, yada. So, now that we got that out of the way, secondly, I am not being promoted by any companies. I am not being paid by anybody for marketing. I am just simply giving you the knowledge that I hone and the products that I use that work for me. Now, things could change for you, and that is okay. Just because I use certain items does not mean that you need to use the same exact items. So if there is like, red clover flour that we will be using today, I will leave the links for the places that I attain these things, but it was a bit of a journey to actually find those. So, of course, you can always buy online. I did find this wonderful magical shop. I will reach out and see if I can drop their link down below on my videos, because I think that their knowledge and their shop and their prices are amazing. So let's just dive right on into it, because I want to keep this nice and simple for you and keep your attention. So firstly, I am burning a homemade, let's see if we can do this, incense to bring this. Now, I am doing this on a Tuesday on a full moon, so by the time this video reaches you, it will be Wednesday. So I do apologize. I wanted to sleep on it, and wonderfully enough, I woke up to 2 messages for 2 additional dates on top of the other ones. So all of the things that we have made have worked crazily awesome for myself. So I just wanted to keep the love in the air. So I used some of our love drawing powder, and then I did a sprinkle of patchouli, a sprinkle of pine, and this place is amazing, not gonna lie. I found it at a little tiny shop in a little tiny town outside of, I think, somewhere in Oregon. I don't know. I find a lot of good stuff in Oregon. It is definitely a witchy place. And since I'm just right near the border, it's pretty easy for me to go out on drives and attain these things. But I do like looking for the things that I need and that work for me. So before we get started, before we mix our products and put them in our sachet, we are going to be using some of our love drawing oil that we made. If you watched that video, if you haven't yet, go ahead and watch that first. This is not a requirement, but I do wholeheartedly believe that this is a great attribute to our spell casting for our sachet, because no matter how you see it, you are casting. So you are casting and crafting. So I did this on my own prior to doing this video to see what I could attain. So I'm doing exactly what I did for myself for you. So we're going to go ahead and rub that towards you, and then we are going to burn it. Oh, come on. As we craft our sachet, okay? All right, let's just jump right on into it. So I'm just going to kind of move you over here to our bowl and candle. Move it this way. Now again, I am using my board that I use specifically for this. So firstly, you need a red drawstring bag, or you can make a red flannel bag on your own. I prefer to do red for any kind of love magic or anything. Honestly, I use them for everything. The more I practice hoodoo, the more I really do believe in the red flannel or drawstring bag. Now, there is another name, and I cannot pronounce it, so let's just X-nay that. So that's going to be your first item. And then you are going to need your love drawing oil that we made in our prior video. If you have not, go ahead and watch that, because that is going to feed your bag every week, okay? Now, first, you're going to need a tag lock. So if you do not know what a tag lock is, it is an item from you and the person that you are trying to attain their love. So that can be very hard and very stalkerish, and we do not want to do that, okay? So it is okay if you just use your own essence. So for me, I am going to use five strands of hair. Now don't hurt yourself, okay? But ideally, this is going to draw what you need towards you. So we're going to go ahead and kind of just shove that on into the bag, okay? Now it doesn't have to be hair. It's just easier to access. I don't know why I said that. So you can do nail clippings. You can do very strange things that I don't feel comfortable saying on here because I do want to be monetized at some point. So there are books that you can acquire, and I'll put it on my blog. Again, I just don't feel comfortable saying it. So this is going to be the total outcome of your mixture. And the piece of paper is a piece of parchment paper that I drew a pentagram on. Pentagram is good to bring love towards you, and it's just a really good symbol to use. Now it doesn't have to be that. You can use the Venus symbol. You can use any kind of symbol that you've crafted yourself, a sigil yourself that brings love to you as well. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, the way that you're going to do this is I've drawn it on here with a red pen. So you can either use parchment paper, recycled brown paper bag, make sure you rip it off, not cut it, or a plain piece of computer paper and rip that so it's ripped on all four sides, okay? It just works a lot better that way. And in traditional hoodoo, that is the way that you want to accomplish your goal. So you're going to draw whatever your symbol is, and then you're going to fold it once towards you, twice towards you, 3 times towards you, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put that on in. Let's bring it back over here. So then we are going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of orris root. Now you can either use what I have, which are bigger chunks, which honestly are a little easier to work with, and once I get a grinder, it won't matter if I need powder or not, then I can do, you know, both. But for now, that's what I have attained, and I got that at the little organic shop here in Walla Walla. I will talk to her and see if I can post her stuff on my blog and on here as well, okay? So then we are going to do 1 teaspoon of either whole cloves or powder. I prefer to stray away from the powder just because it is so messy. It will leak and simmage out. You'll see. Thank God it's payday today because I need a lot of herbs after making these videos for you guys. I love the people that have taken the time to watch me. I do greatly appreciate you. Again, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you want to see next after we're done with this trilogy of love. That's what we'll go ahead and call it. I like that. So once we get that in there, we're going to shoot on over to 1 teaspoon of Juniper Berries. And again, these can be a little harder to find. I found these at the Co-op in Baker City, Oregon. And then before I got canned from my other job from the pandemic and lack of work, they ended up closing their doors the other day, which was sad. Yeah. So we've got 1 teaspoon of Juniper Berries, and Juniper Berries are a multi-purpose kind of a berry, but they're very powerful in love magic and bringing love towards you, okay? So I did kind of draw myself out an outline for you guys this time, just so I wasn't so scattered and off the maps here. So I am losing time. I'm probably going to be a little longer than usual just because I want to do this accurately for you. So we've got we're going to shoot on over to a teaspoon of dried red hibiscus flower. Now, if you go to, that's a tablespoon. Like I said before in other videos, if you go to the organic section of your large grocery store, Safeway does not have one, but Super One does, and I believe Fred Meyer's. I'll have to double check. And for the ones on the East Coast and the South, I'm not sure. I'm sure you have plenty of organic stores that you can find these at. I did find those at Super One Foods here in Walla Walla in the organic section. So now for almost my last ingredient here, we're going to do a teaspoon of red clover flour. Now, red clover flour I did end up kind of stumbling upon when I was at the Baker City Co-op, going through all the wonderful things that they had that was seemingly hard for me to obtain, because like I've said before, I like to find my stuff in person versus buying online. I will buy online once I know that the products that I'm getting are good, so there are a few places that I will link down below for you. Now, the red clover flower is beautiful. I do have stems in here that I had to pick out real quick. But the red clover flower is ideally a great aid in love magic and bringing love towards you, whether that be self-love or the love of another, okay? So, now for our last ingredient, we do very much so need our love drawing powder. So for our love drawing powder, we are going to use a smaller amount. We're just going to use a 1/4 teaspoon. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be what you made. You can buy it online. There are many stores that have great love drawing powder. A lot of hoodoo shops that do really great stuff. But ideally, you want to make this stuff yourself, okay? The more you make yourself, the more you put your energy and imbue everything that you're putting into it, okay? So that is now complete. So we're going to go ahead and tie that up. Now, we're going to tie it 1, 2, my hand's going to slip here. I'm always so nervous. I need to calm myself down. 3, 4, and we're going to do 5, okay? You can do 9, which is the number of ingredients that we used, and the bag is counted as an ingredient because it is the sole area of the love energy that you've put into it. Now, again, like I've said in prior videos, make sure when you are doing this on your own that you have 10 minutes to make this and to imbue each ingredient with the love that you are trying to attain, okay? That is the most important part of doing any kind of sachet. And then what I like to do, and that what works for me, obviously it worked a lot better than I had planned. I'm not going to lie. For doing love magic for my first time and being a witch for as long as I have, I don't know if it's just the power that I have within myself or what I put out there, but you know, 6 people have hit me up since I started making all of this love stuff for you guys out there. So it is very powerful. You want to hold it between your hands, and either you can stare at the candle and you can think about the love that you want to attain, or you can just hold it between your hands and imbue it with the amount of power and energy and the love that you really, really want to seek. Now make sure that that love is safe and kind and warm and happy, something that you want, you know, for years on end. Don't chase the bad boy. I'm gonna say that, all right? Don't chase the bad boy. The bad boy doesn't ever get you too far. Go for the unexpected, the love that you think you don't deserve. You deserve it, okay? So think about that, and then let it sit under your candle. Now, ideally, for this, you probably want to use a shorter red candle, like an altar candle, or a tea light candle would work as well. And you can use a red or white candle. You can also use yellow. But you want to make sure that you anoint it with either your love drawing oil, and if you don't have the love drawing oil and you can't afford it, olive oil will work just fine. It is an all-purpose oil. But I let it sit next to the candle just to kind of charge and put that extra love into it, and then it is ready for use. The best use to do is to either tie it in between your bra, or tie it in the inside of your pants, or you can just hold it in your pocket or your purse, okay? But for the first night, sleep with it under your pillow for the best results, all right? I hope you enjoyed. Please, again, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. This is a little longer than I expected, so I do appreciate it if you were able to tune in for the whole 17 minutes, okay? Till next time.